it's Cindy, that crafting lady. Welcome to my channel. It's been a while since I've done a DIY, so let's get into it right away.
Okay, to make our pumpkin topiary, we are going to need 6 of these Dollar Tree pumpkins. I'm going to paint the stems of them with just some craft acrylic paint in brown, and I'm going to paint 2 of the pumpkins in the Waverly chalk paint in Celery. 2 more of them I'm going to paint in pumpkin, go figure, and then the last 2 I'm going to paint in Ivory. So let's get those painted and we'll get going. So I'm also going to add a little sign, or at least I thought I was going to, but I painted this little Dollar Tree wood chip in white, or ivory. And now I got these at Big Lots, no, Dollar General. The Blessed came from Dollar Tree, but the big letters came from Dollar General. And the first store I went to didn't have a T, so I was going to use an eye and cut off the sides, but I went to another one and they had it, so I get to use the cute looking T instead of a modified I. So now I'm going to coat all of these pieces with the Waverly Antique Wax, and it's really going to be easy. All I'm going to do is just put a coat on and wipe off what I don't want. So I'll show you with the T here. Get our paint opened, get our brush, and basically just put a nice coat all over the letter. Just coating the front and the sides, anything that's going to be seen. You're not going to see the back, so there really was no point in doing the back of them. I am so happy to be back crafting for you guys. I know this is just a standalone today and we're just doing the topiary, but at least I'm back and getting into the swing of things. It's surprising how much you lose when you're not doing something. So we'll get back into doing all the challenges and collaborations and things like that soon. All right, so we get all this coated with our antique wax, and then I'm just going to take a damp paper towel and just wipe off the excess. On a couple of them, I think I had to go back and put a little more on because I wiped off too much. But that's what the nice thing is about crafts. You can do it until you like it. You put too much wax on, you take some off. You put not enough on, you put some more on. So that's it. You just basically get it to where you like it, and that's how I liked it. There we go. So I'm going to do all the rest of them, and then we'll be back to... Oh, wait a minute. I forgot. We got to take the stickers off the back. The easiest way to do that is to take your heat tool and heat the back of the paper up. Because if you just try to take the paper off, it's just going to rip and tear and just going to leave you with a big mess. Just be really careful. You don't want to burn your wood or burn the paper or your surface. And actually, I think I did leave a little heat residue on the surface of my table here, but no big deal. That's what crafting tables are about. I was going to use my putty knife, but it wasn't working, so I thought I'd just use my nails, what little ones I have. But I don't think I put enough heat on, so let's put a little more heat on there and get it to come off. And they do come off fairly easy once the glue softens up enough to get it gone. So just put a little more heat on it and see if I can get my nails to work here and get it off there. And there we go. It rips a little, but just peel gently. A little more heat if you need it, but then just peel it right off once you get the right amount. And you're done. And do that to all the letters so that you don't have price stickers all over the place. So we'll be back once those are all done. And while I wanted to show you how I dried my pumpkins, because they can be a little bit, you're covering all the sides. So I just took bamboo skewers and put them into pieces of foam, and the foam wasn't heavy enough, so I had to put tools on it, but it worked. So enough watching paint dry. Let's get back into the video. All right, so the next thing I got everything painted. I'm going to put my peduncles, is that what Teresa B calls them? I don't know. I call them stems. I painted everything that I painted with the Waverly paint and the craft paint. I painted 2 coats. So now I'm just going to put a little hot glue, which I'm kind of regretting, and I'll tell you why in a little bit, on each of the pumpkin stems, and then putting them back in where they go. And we'll just speed this up here and get through it quickly. You don't need to watch me do all of them. All right, done. Now I'm going to hot glue the blessed on its little sign. And the sign I did paint front, back, sides, everything, because you might see the back of it because of where I'm placing it. So I liked that off to the side, not kind of straight. I wanted it a little crooked, but you know, I like crooked things. Anyway, so a little bit of my hot glue. This is a different hot glue gun. This is not my Surebender, and I am not pleased with it. I am definitely going back to my Surebonder for our next project that we're going to do together, because that's where it's at. Surebonder 100% for me. That's what I like. All right, so that's done. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start putting the topiary together. Now I took one of these Dollar Tree I don't know, tin containers that already had the twine on it and everything. I put some rocks down in the bottom just to give it some weight, because it is going to be kind of high and I don't want it to fall over on me. And then I put in some foam to fill it up, because the pumpkins aren't quite as big as the opening on this little bucket. And I didn't want it to move, so I just added a little hot glue to the top and to the side of the bucket. And that way the pumpkin will lay nice and level on the top of the bucket. I can't think of the word today. All right, so I'm going to add some hot glue, and I'm going to put my first pumpkin down, which I'm starting with an orange, and I'll just alternate the colors all the way up. And I'm going to put a little skewer in the bottom of it, so that way when I put it into the foam, it's going to stay in the foam where I want it, and it'll give it some nice stability. And I only did this with the first one. I was going to do it with the second one, with the other ones, but you'll see how I ended up putting them together. So we're going to add hot glue too. That'll also ensure that it's nice and stable and it's not going to fall over on us, because the project ends up being about 3 feet high. So we do have a little height to it. We don't want it to fall over. That could ruin Thanksgiving. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways. All right, so I started out with the orange pumpkin, and then I'm going to take, I think I'm going to go with the ivory pumpkin next. And yep, I'm going to get that ivory pumpkin, and I'm going to take one of the skewers, put it in, and then hot glue it together, and we'll get them all stacked up, and then we'll be back. So I was going to stack them on, like alternating kind of back and forth, but I liked them on top of each other. So I just took all the stems off except for the top one, and then just stacked them up. I put moss in the pot to cover the foam. And now the next thing I need to do is to hot glue on all the letters. So I'll start at the top with A and spell out the word autumn, and I stuck the little blessed sign in the top. But you'll see that I do take that off. I'm not pleased with how it looks. I'm going to add some flowers and some leaves and get it all decorated up, and we'll come back. So this is what I ended up with. I absolutely love it. So I took a couple of Dollar Tree picks of the fall flowers. I think I used almost all of 2 of the Dollar Tree like garlands of the leaves, and then I had a package of the leaves. I used a few of those, and I just stuck them in anywhere that looked good. And my husband said, "You can't even see the pumpkins." I go, "I know, but I really like the way it came out. I hope you do too." Again, I am so glad to be back and crafting with you guys. Leave me a message in the comments. Tell me what you want to see me do. I just can't wait to get back into the collaborations and the challenges, and just being on YouTube for you guys. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, I would really appreciate you doing so, because it'll help my channel grow. Click the bell icon so you can be notified when I upload new videos. And remember, until next time, live fully, love deeply, and learn something new every day. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.